Jay Williams.
Ed, you continue to surprise me, my man. I didn't know you knew about the Queen City.
All I know is you're the king in that town, in the Garden State.
Well, we're going to find out who the king is on the court this evening.
Lillard. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Leonard. Man, that was a tough shot.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Lillard. Now that's a contest. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of... Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And the finish. Slam dunk. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
A tough make there for C.J. McCollum. Can't fault the defender on that one.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Nurkic rocking the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Nurkic to Ken Bazemore from long range. Bazemore, that's not necessarily a shot, but he knocks it down from three.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Paul George tips it. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second as well. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. And he scores, plus the foul. Hassan Whiteside taking all comers. He'll go to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hassan Whiteside at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Leonard to George. Shot from the lane won't go. To Lillard. Throws it down. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
So Leonard. And Portland comes up with the rebound. Lillard. Work it down to Nurkic. To Lillard. For three. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Portland has the ball. It's Lillard for two. Shot by and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Leonard had made his first couple, but he misses there. Lillard against Paul George. Curling inside. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Leonard. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Now the Blazers will use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Lillard. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Strong finish for Paul George. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Montrezl Harrell with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Leonard. Not that time. He misses. That's off of Leonard. Out of bounds. Portland's got it. Lillard. Takes stock of the floor. Lillard to Rodney Hood. And they call it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Louis Williams, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3. That's the first foul.
Lillard knocked loose. Dame rises. Shot by Lillard, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Ah, the monster stuff. That ends the first quarter. The Blazers have the lead. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Lets it fly from long range. Rodney Hood couldn't get open. Misses the shot. Williams into the front court. They're down 3. A pass stolen by Portland.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Ah, no good. Runner here won't go down. To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
It's Portland ball. Hey, lock up. C.J. McCollum. He's 2 for 2 now.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
George. Not that time. McCollum into the front court. Leads 3. To Rodney Hood. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To George. Slams it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Williams. George They have to keep him in their grasp. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Into the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 2, Kawhi.
Lillard to Whiteside. Around the perimeter. Down low, Nurkic. Can't connect from in close. Throws it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. And the rebound taken in by George. Williams across the timeline. The lead is 2. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
McCollum with the basketball. Margins 8. Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. George. Yes.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout Portland as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Lillard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
George buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
A big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Leonard. And scores.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Fires the 3, buries it.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Kawhi Leonard matched up with Lillard. Here's a chance from long range. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Over to the right side. Beverly. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Lillard smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And he buries it.
The assist from number 40, Ivica Zubac.
Time expires to end the first half. And a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. Very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Damian Lillard trying to cash in on the three-point play. Career 88% from the line. To Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. He engulfed him that time.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
Kawhi Leonard with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Beverly. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Count it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
4-3. And the rebound taken in by the Trailblazers. Lillard to Ken Bazemore. McCollum to Ken Bazemore from long range. Not getting the bounce.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Lillard. And the rebound taken in by George. Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Leonard. Whiteside clears the board. To Nurkic. Lillard. For three, he missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Leonard to Paul George. Yusuf Nurkic able to recover with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Nurkic rocking the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Beverly. Patrick Beverly. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
McCollum to Ken Bazemore. Kawhi Leonard. Huge block. Lillard.
You know why? I don't see...
Slam down. Yusuf Nurkic cleans it up.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Nice pass to set things up. He throws it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Damian Lillard at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2.
Number 23,
To George. And Jay, they call the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Anthony Tolliver. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
George, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And Damian Lillard, right in his wheelhouse, hits the catch-and-shoot 3.
Absolutely the right. Mentality coming out after halftime. That's what you do during halftime. You reset, you recalibrate, you come out and you attack like the first never happened.
And finishes strong.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the ring.
Lillard to Rodney Hood. To Lillard. Lets it fly from long range. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Beverly. To Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and Kawhi Leonard. Good on the quick release there.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Lillard with a shot, no. Montrezl Harrell sends it away. And that's a backcourt violation. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Leonard. Tough shot. Well defended. The pass set it all up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
From 18 feet, at the buzzer, Beverly's shot no good. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Clippers are out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Lillard to McCollum. Fires the three. Tough shot there for Bazemore. No good. McCollum. Message received. Well defended. Lillard. Tough shot. He hits.
A lackluster first half performance, but this half, you seem like a different person.
Leonard. To Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Lillard. Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense. Williams into the front court. Up a dozen. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Short jumper off the mark. To Leonard. Oh, the slam popped out. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Can't convert the free throw. Beverly into the front court. Lead is 12. Kawhi Leonard against the Lehigh product. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse, to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Textbook defense. Leonard. They love this hustle. Great look and vision. C.J. McCollum. He's now 4 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Now the Blazers will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Lillard to McCollum. Lillard. Shot off the mark. Good defense. It's a big finish. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
The assist from number 20.
Lillard for 2 and scores.
It seems like yesterday I was rapping with this kid during the NBA pre-draft workout. He looked scrawny. Nobody knew if he could really make it. But the arrow continues to point straight up for Dame Lillard. Another terrific season. A first-time All-NBA first-team player. Tied for 4th in the league in scoring last year. This kid is no doubt about it. Dame time.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And a lot of folks last year, including myself, were surprised that Dame was named first-team All-NBA ahead of Russell Westbrook. Look, I love Dame's game, but come on, man. Russ averaged a triple-double for the 2nd season in a row. Stop it.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
To Harkless. Runner here. Won't go down. Lillard. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat 5.
Paul George to Beverly. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
And you can't lunge like that.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First one goes down. Second of three, off the mark. Trailblazers take over to McCollum. Fires the three, and C.J. McCollum, zero hesitation, knocks down the three.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
And Paul George nails it from downtown.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Beverly won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
C.J. McCollum, good for three.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. McCollum shot off the mark. Williams across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. He was all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Can't miss those. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.